Hello, YouTube. This is Eduardo at 125 Rods. Show you what we got working on here. We're still working on the Challenger, which is probably my longest build ever, I would imagine. maybe the 50 Ford was longer, but I'm not sure here. But yeah, and got my my Hot Wheels here, Hot Wheels car. All right, so what we're doing is this particular build has my, I can't even see these things. My least favorite thing going on here. It's got these metal axle pins, tiny metal axle pins for the front axle, right? And I've got I've got my front brakes glued on there, and they're probably I'll show you those axle pins again because I can't see if you're seeing this, but basically looks like that. All right, and awfully good to see Paul on the channel again there. Paul's doing great. He's got his stuff going on. He's got his stuff back together there. Very awesome stuff going on there. All right, so those the back of those pins fit into a pocket on the back of the wheel, right? And so if you've ever seen my other video before, this is just the way I do it. But these pins, I know a lot of folks don't do movable wheels, and I don't myself half the time because of monkey rigging stuff like this, right? But that pin, I want to jam that. On my previous video I showed this. I want to jam that in there as far and as hard as I can, okay? If I've got the pin going into something like this, it's kind of thick. It's, it almost takes up half of the pin, right? So my idea is I'm going to drill a hole. Let me measure here. This usually is the right width. Make sure, so my bit's a little smaller than that, yeah, so I should be good to go. I'm going to put my axle in here too so I don't lose it. My one shock, I lost the other shock. I lost everything to the Challenger. I'm kind of winging it. I've got 5 different model boxes going on here, and this is what happens to an old guy, right? And so I'm going to take my eighth inch bit. I'm going to use my Maxwell House coffee thing that I've probably used for something else once before here, right? And I'm going to drill a hole with my universal 1/8 inch bit, right? Drill a hole in there. All right, I'm drilling a hole inside the Maxwell House can lid, which I mistakenly called the bottom in my previous video, but that's okay. I'm live, I'm 75, and I'm still going here. All right. So let's see if this pin will fit in that hole, hopefully. Oh, sweet. Sweet, I like that. So here's the idea, see? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hole, after I put that hole in there, I'm going to cut it round with my scissors, about the size of that, right? And see, it'll be that much thinner. And then I can, I don't glue it to the wheel. I know the wheel's got a pocket in there, but I want these suckers in there as tight as I freaking can, right? So I'm gonna cut this circle out. Since I got a marker here, maybe I'll use that, right? I'll just put that over this, and use it as kind of a guide. I got one of my new markers here that I don't know how it's going to work out. So far I've found everything there is that I can use them on, but I don't know if they're going to wash off or what. For art, I haven't tried them yet. They're Touch Youch Youch. Supposedly has a fine tip on one end, and it's got the other tip, thicker tip on the other end, and they're supposed to be, I don't know, alcohol. I don't know. I'm more of a permanent kind of guy, but anyway. All right, so I got my hole there. I'm going to make it a little smaller than my thing there. All right, so we'll just kind of do this here. We'll go make ourselves some room here, and we'll just go. This is the first time I'm doing this way, but it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Try to get it as round as you can, right? All it is kind of like a spacer in a way. Okay. All right. So do that. Try to make it look round somewhat. And I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Also, Paul had mentioned in his video about Papa Rob, who I miss sorely too. And I hope Rob comes back. He just is so knowledgeable with the local drag race crowd there. And I believe, like Paul, you can still do the magazines online. You don't have to be actually modeling. You can do how-to videos here. You can do, lots of my friends. I've got a friend that goes over the instructions on all the kits there, and it's like, there's so many different aspects to this. There's paint tutorials, there's wiring. So now let's see. I don't know if this there. So that's what I'm creating, guys. In effect, and what I'm going to do is see that leaves a pocket. I don't know if you guys can see that. That leaves a pocket for the wheel, but I'm going to jam this in as far as I can, even if I have to go through come out the other side, which is fine with me. I don't care. But that's the plan. This should fit right in there. See, what I'll do is I'll put some glue on the wheel, and then I'll fit right in there. And so that's my story with these guys. And if I have to make another, washer or something, I might. But we'll see. We'll see how. I got to ream that hole out a little bit because I want to jam that sucker all the way up as tight as I can. When I glue this on, this sucker is going to be right against my caliper. It's going to be just like this, right? Except I'm not going to glue that part to the caliper. I'm just going to glue the hole, right, where the pin goes in. And this part gets glued to the wheel, so it still ends up spinning, right? And if it doesn't, that's okay. It won't roll off the shelf then. So that's what I got going on with that. And real quick, I got I got some Revell Aqua Color, some red that I'm trying here. It looks like I need another coat on the back of my axle here. This cap is kind of tricky. My suggestion is you don't want to tighten this cap all the way down as far as you can. You want to just tighten enough to make a seal to where you can jiggle it and get it off. So there's like a gap in between there still yet. See that? Because once that locks in there, it's like you spill the paint all over the place, right? All right, guys. That's it for 125 rods. I got another video coming up soon. I've got stuff going on. I got another addition to the shop. That's like a Cameo pickup truck or something. You know, I'll do something on that. And I've got a box that I'll show you. I got my next model that I ordered was I got another Corvette. So this one's like earlier than I have. Mine's like a 62. So this is earlier, but and this kit seems kind of old. It's a gasser, which I could have made mine originally, but mine's a Salt Lake Racer. So then I'll do that, and I'll do the gasser, and then eventually I'll do a stock one. All right, guys, I'm out. Take care.